Come on, phone. I don't know what is going on with this thing. I don't know. YouTube, whatever y'all are doing, stop it. Y'all have no idea what is going on. Oh, there we go. I do not know why YouTube keeps messing with everything. What's up, Kurt? Good to see you. I don't know how that looked for y'all, but all I could see was just about this much of my face. Oh. Daryl, Ralph, what's up, buddy? Hope y'all are all doing well. Been working on some stuff, trying to get some things knocked out. I got several things finished, finally. All right. What's up? Take a Sean outdoors. 902. There's Mama Hopper. She said she had to stop again. I know it's hot. Uh-oh, Ralph. You sick again, buddy? We still got you on the prayer list, Ralph. We still praying for you, brother. Mike, what's up from Arkansas? Good to see you, buddy. Yeah, I know it's hot out there, Mama. I'm still wet from being out there when I was out there. I'd go to a buddy of mine's house earlier today. He's working on a rat rod truck. I had to go over and build a couple drive shafts for him because it's a two-piece drive shaft. Cannonball! What's up, buddy? I had to go over and build a two-piece drive shaft for a rat rod truck today. And his shop does not have air conditioning in it. And the fan didn't even really do real good. But we got them built. I'm trying to find my plug in so I can plug something up here. Let it charge. Zachary, what's up, buddy? Hope y'all are all doing well. I'm still drinking lots of water. I've hit 76 ounces today so far. My goal is 80. But I've been trying to do over 100. That might be too much, I don't know. Baskers, what are you doing, buddy? It's good to see you. How's things going? I know you had another one on the way, didn't you? Have they made it? There's Joshua. What's up, buddy? How you doing? Just got done washing my camper. There you go. Family Master. What's up? Uh-oh. Basker said we had our baby boy at 118 today. Congratulations, Baskers and Mrs. Baskers. I'm saying congratulations for everybody out here because nobody knows how to spell congratulations. I know. I don't know how to spell it either. And don't look at me all pious. You know you don't know how to spell it. Neither one of you. Well, there might be one out there, but it's not most of us. Not much, just trying to finish up my welding table. Whew, I bet it's warm out there. Casey Francis Basco. There you go. FCB. What's up, Curly Bill? Hey, Chaff and Sawdust, I don't mind the selfie mode on your camera, but the left-hand threads on your water bottle can sure mess with a fella. Wait a minute, let me do it like this. How'd that look? Did that look like left-handed or right-handed or just messed up? Look at Curly Bill. Congratulations. I thought you actually spelled it right there for a minute, Curly Bill. I was going to say you looked it up on Google. What's up, Dave? Then my battery died on my tungsten grinder. That's about par for the course. Phenom, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. Amen, 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 buddy. I called it a day in my barn. What's up, Christoph? I had a lot of stuff going on. Mama called me on the phone. We was hunting fence post. What's up, Jonathan? Good night, Ralph. We'll keep praying for you, buddy. I think they're cross-threaded now. Congratulations. That's right. What's up, Levi? I forget that everything in here is backwards. So this is my left hand to y'all, correct? Left ear, left eye. I did spell it right. You're just never seen the whole word. That's right. You're probably right about that. I know I don't spell it right because I put congrats too, and if I have to spell congratulations, I do look it up on the Google Pocket machine. Let's all pop a thumbs up. That's right, Fan Master says. Everybody click that thumbs up. Y'all, I have got some great news. I have got some great news. Several things. Several things. I've been working on the lawnmower today. I had to take the hydrostatic transmission out of my lawnmower. It's been messing up. Oh yeah, I hate them things, Levi. Just got a new saw in order. That's right. I interviewed with John Deere. They wrote a proposal up and will match my pay. I accept it. Well, that's awesome, Baskers. Thumbs up. Everybody get their thumbs up. I mean, everybody, come on now. That's right. I got some good news to share with y'all. Well, first of all, you seen Baskers and Mrs. Baskers had another children, but your right hand on your left arm. Yeah, that's pretty much it. This is actually my right hand. See? Wedding ring. Watch on the left, ring on the left. This looks like right to y'all and this don't. And I don't have this model. That's awesome, Christoph. But what we got, you know, Basco and his wife had a new baby today. Little boy. So congratulations to them. Our vacation Bible school, we had 8 kids get saved. So congratulations to them. Amen. We're happy to hear that. My buddy Wayne has been in the hospital, has been moved to, what's up, Pinch Gut? Has been moved to a rehabilitation center. So he's going to rehab now. So he is now out of the hospital going to rehab. There was something else. There was one other thing. Baskers, the kids getting saved, Wayne. Oh, this morning when I stepped on the scale, it tipped at 330.8. So now I'm down to 330 pounds, 8 ounces. When I started this journey, I was either 379 or 383. So I'm much skinnier now than I was. We're going to talk about this before Larry gets on here, because Larry doesn't like my thin new body. He's just jealous because he can't catch me now when I'm running with the cheesecake. I made coffee cakes and blueberry buckle cakes for the old lady at the bakery. You shut up about them cakes there, Kevin, because, yeah, we don't want to talk about no cakes, Kevin. I'm just picking. Don't get upset about that, please. I'm pretty sure you can take it. I started to eat some macaroni and cheese in there earlier, and I was like, nope, don't want to do that. Because many of y'all know, yeah, he's jealous, that's right. I don't know how many kilograms it is, Christoph. I don't know how to convert that. Jonathan, what's up, Johnny Bobby? They ate the best. Yeah, I'm sure they did. I bet them things was amazing. Jody, Johnny, that's wise, Christian. Oh, hold on. We're getting crazy here. It's going crazy on Christians. We are for win other to his everlasting life. Amen. Glad to hear about the young souls being washed in the blood. Good day, my friend. Hope you and your family are well. Good to see you, Johnny. Papa asked me, where did you lose those pounds? Me and Papa will go and find them. Don't find no pounds, Levi. It's hard to shed them when you get older. You got Boo, Barry, Kevin. Geez, I thought I would be friends. Y'all hit them thumbs up. Just got back to work for the second time today. Oh, good heavens. I was building drive shafts this morning, Johnny Bobby. I know some of the things that 89 kilograms here, heavy bones. Somebody convert kilograms to pounds. Christoph said he's 89 kilograms. Who can convert that over to pounds? Yeah, I got, y'all know I've been fasting. What's up, Joey? I've been fasting and exercising here I've been fasting for 21 days. Congratulations, Kevin. I've been without sugar for 5 days. Well, I know 86 kilograms is like 150, 160, 70 pounds, somewhere in there. I don't think it's 120, is it? Basco quit smoking. Eric said Google will convert 330 is 150 kilograms. All right, so I'm 150 kilograms. I know it'll convert it, Eric, but I can't do it while I'm on the live feed. So I was having somebody else do it. Heavy to a little heavier. Yeah, I was thinking that, so that means he's around 180 or so. Fat Matt, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. Me and Papa all been eating Oreos. That's right. 283 for me. I quit bragging. That's right. I'm not bragging. I'm just talking about what's going on, because I like to keep everybody in the loop on my processes and how things are going. Don't know you, Kevin Jones, but I'm exceptionally happy for you. That's right. Fat Matt. What, Hopper? Good to see you, buddy. Y'all thank Fat Matt. He just throwed a super chat up there. Thank you, buddy. That's really going to help things out. We appreciate it. I hope you're doing well. I don't lose weight. I temporarily misplace it. That's what happens to me a lot too, Eric, but I'm trying. Y'all know I've been fasting for 21 days now. Not straight fasting. I've been doing intermittent fasting for 21 days. Let me clarify that, because all of y'all know how stove up I've been how out of breath I get. And if you've been to shows, you know by the end of the show, my ribs are cramping because I'm just totally beat. It seems to find what it is. That's right. And, I got these youngins in here and trying to live longer because they're obviously way younger than I am. So, trying to get a little bit of that health back. So I've been doing the intermittent fasting, the water drinking and all that. So I started kind of implementing some of the carnivore diet into my plan. And I've lost 7 pounds in the last 2 days. I can actually put one of the youngins in my pants with me if I wanted to. I could pull my shirt and set them down in there and just walk them around with them setting up in my britches. I'm going to have to get some smaller britches. I guess I could hem these because I got a whole bunch of these. I actually still got some brand new ones. I'll probably do that. Just fold them over an inch in the back, sew them up. That's right. Try to stay under 100. Your heart will like it. No sugar, I would die. Yeah, it's something like that, Zachary. All right, when I first started fasting, I didn't cut anything out. And now don't get me wrong, I am not on a diet plan at all. What's up, AA Ron? I'm not on any kind of diet plan or nothing other than the intermittent fasting. I have an app that helps me with that. The food choices are my choices and not, because sometimes I do want to eat that stuff. And I'm not going to be on a diet that won't allow me to eat it. So what I plan on doing is doing what I'm doing now most of the time. And probably when I go on vacation, I will probably pause my fasting plan. Just eat a lot of meat. That's pretty much right, Christoph. Yeah, that's the case. Oh, Johnny Bobby said he's at work for the second time today. MacGyver. Hello, Brother Hopper. Jeff here. Good job, brother. Keep up the work. It's a struggle. I'm doing the same. It is a struggle. I mean, I was looking toward maybe getting diabetes and stuff like that, and I really don't want it. So I'm taking steps now to curb all of that. I got sent home to come back and cover nights. I'm trying to get to feeling better, which I already do feel much better. Like, you can see how much smaller my fingers look. They're not puffy. Look, that's how much room I got under my rings. 89 kilograms, roughly 196. Okay. I ain't too bad. I'd like to be around there. Of course, right now, 300 pounds would be amazing because I'd be 30 pounds lighter than I am now. Fat Matt said he just got off work. Tried fasting, completely shut down my metabolism. If I saw a cheeseburger commercial, I gained weight. How long did you fast for, Eric? I get off for 2 hours. Losing weight is tough. Congrats on your success. Thank you, Jody. 53 down. I've been doing intermittent fasting now for 21 days, and I am not going to say it has not been a struggle. I do 14 tens, right? Yeah, 14 tens. So my fasting time starts at 6 o'clock in the evening. and then I can eat at 8 o'clock in the morning. So 14, and see that's the 14. I picked it because it wasn't that bad. Of course, I worked on. I mean, don't get me wrong. The first 14-hour one was a rough one. The second one wasn't so bad. I did find out if I eat pizza, pasta, don't want to eat that as your last meal at 6 o'clock because you'll be hungry at 10 o'clock. Don't get diabetes and high vein pressure here. I'm about 220, but had bad food choices for too long. Yeah, that's where I've been there. I'm starting to feel a lot better though. Got up to 400 a few years ago. I said, no way, I'm done. I'm down to 300 now, just portion control. That's right. It used to be 255, now down to 175. Lots of veggies and very limited bread. It just melted off. I will do some veggies here after a while. I'm working on stomach size, hunger control, and stuff like that. The carnivore diet is just to help me pull some off, and then I will probably start going back to some zucchini, some onions, squash, green beans, carrots, things like that. The new saw is a Super Pro 60 with the black fuel tank and now brake protection, safety screen on the front of the fuel tank. Oh, that's awesome, Christoph. Bellhopper, you look amazing and sound like you are full of energy. We all love you, Bellhopper. Thank you, Phenom. I've got a lot more energy than I had. Now, don't get me wrong, I am tired right now. At the screen, good day, buddy. Good to see you. Frosty, New Zealand, 28. Woo! It's 80-something here. 86. Super Dave, what's up, buddy? Cold showers will help you lose weight. Really? I always thought it was a hot shower would help. I did not know that, Fenno. Mark Wilson, what's up, buddy? Curly Bill says he weighs 270. Down 80 pounds from peak, turning 30 this year, and in better shape than I've ever been. I know my face looks a whole lot slimmer. I don't have near the fat on my face. Went from 240 to 160. Biggest problem, I'm a truck driver, no exercise, work 12 to 14 hour days, sleep 7, leaves no time. I actually exercise in the bed, Eric. That's where I do a lot of my exercising. I do leg lifts and crunches while I'm laying in the bed watching TV at night before I fall asleep. Rare thing here, it's a good saw. Thank you, Family Master. I'm hoping in another couple of weeks, y'all really get to see a difference. I'm hoping I can be down to about 315 by buck and stock. I've been hammering the weight off here for the last, like when I first started, I went up on my weight loss, and then it kind of, and then it dipped back down, and it come back up again, and then it started going whoop and just plummeted. But it's like they said, when you start doing it, you start working out what you want to eat, your body will tell you what you want and stuff like that. So I got gnats in here. Go on. But that's where we're at. So I don't have a whole lot of chainsaws to fire up. I got one over it, gives me a hard time. It does run good, but it's a pain in the butt to get it started. I think I figured out what's wrong with it though, and I'm waiting on parts. I think I had 2 carburetors with the same issue. So, who's got some killer firewood saw numbers for a 254? I got some for a 55 Husky that worked pretty good. They worked real good on the 254 and the 257, the 55. Super Shay, what's up? Thinking about making me a homemade flywheel puller, standing, spinning 60 on the Husqvarna flywheel puller from L65. Have not pulled off the flywheel yet. 77, 120, 100 with 7.5 CCR. What is the CCR? Super Dave. I don't remember what mine are. I have to go look. Where's my folder at? Let me get my folder. Neighbor gave me a 211. She's a ripper. 346. 346 we did the 81, 133, and 106. I know that thing was powerful. That I wasn't that impressed with. The 262 was 72, 126, and 99. That one was okay, but not that impressive. Corrected compression ratio. Okay. What's up, Fred? Poland King, how you doing, buddy? Hey, Poland King, you got Poland parts? I'm trying to find those numbers. I don't know exactly where they're at. Paxton has a sand cast Poland, an old Poland. And the piston in that thing is wore slam out. We're trying to find a piston for it. The pistons wore out, the wrist pins wore out, and the bearings out of the top of the rod. It's something weird size, but we found a motorcycle piston that's the right size. I was thinking about trying to goof it around, put it in there. Johnny Bob got 610 EVL. I only have to finish the barn and I'm done. That's awesome. Thinking about getting a metal flat bar and cutting a piece off drill with 3 holes, using it for a puller. That's right, Levi. If you got a steering wheel puller, Levi, they work too. Oh yeah, I spoke to Paxton. I talk to him every day. I don't have nothing for him. Okay, I just figured I'd check with you. I think we're going to put a motorcycle piston in it. Okay. I built a 353 that was crazy. And the numbers on it was 99 on the exhaust, 132 on the transfers, and 74 on the intake. And it pulls like crazy. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do, Poland King. I got a 357. It was 100, 125, and 74.5, and it was pretty good. I don't know where the 55 numbers is at. For some reason, I have trouble finding them. I don't know where them went. They're in this book somewhere. I don't know where, but they're in here. But any of those numbers that you've seen there, all those numbers are pretty good for smaller bore saws. Oh, you in North Carolina today, Fat Mac? Where you at? Woo! Manuel, hola. Good to see you, buddy. Scored a 460, got to machine the piston, cut the chamber today or tomorrow. That's right. You gonna stop by and see me? I'm close to Goldsboro. Oh, you out there a little ways yet? How do I put the clutch back together, and are the red springs better than the black ones? I don't know about the springs, Christoph, but putting that clutch together is not an easy task. They're real temperamental to get together. It's been a while, but if you can put it in the vise and hold it in a vise, it's a lot easier to put together while it's in a vise. Put the bigger carb on the 254 before porting it. What was the number on that carb, Super Dave? Do you remember? I know the 257 and the 262 ran a larger carb, but there was like 2 or 3 different numbers. I think one of them was like a 175, one of them was like a 191 or something. Good score, free saw, cylinder cleanup, getting an 064 piston. I probably won't be able to stop this time, but if I can, I'll have to be later in the week. All right, we'll be around for a little while. Oh, good. I think they are Walbro. Yeah, they're Walbros. They're HDAs for sure, Super Dave, but I can't remember. Born for free, taxed to death. That's right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm thinking like there was a 175 that had something in it goofy, and then the 191 or something like that was supposed to be the better carb because it didn't have the other doodabber in it. That one of them had a problem and one of them didn't. But I can't remember exactly what it was. I have two 254s. I want to port one, leave one stock, and see the difference. You could probably take the intake up on that thing up to about 77. That's probably where I would go. Of course, I wouldn't grind the intake down. I'd cut a little notch in the piston. I'm putting a carb from the Echo CS 800 on my 154. Does that CS 8000 have that open port in the carburetor, Super Dave, in the emulsion tube, the hole drilled in the top of it where it overfuels even if you lean the carburetor out to keep it from burning up like the 590s has and the 620s? It's a governed style carb. Ventura size of a Skittle. Yeah, I'm sure they do. I know the 254 had a smaller carb on it. I don't know that much about the 154. Sorry I'm late. Thumbs up for Saturday. Good to see you, Dennis. It's been a while, Bellhopper. That's right, buddy. Where you been? I don't believe so. That's why I grabbed it. Okay. I done a video on the 590 carb. I don't know if anybody remembers it, but I actually knocked that thing out and soldered that hole shut and put it back in there. Then adjust the carburetor. It does much better after that. A WT 287-1. Is that the carburetor for the 254 screwdriver? Oh, Billy. External impulse is the big difference. On the Echo carb to the 154, it shouldn't be that hard to deal with. I've drilled a bunch of those pulse ports in the front of carb bosses from stock to the big carb. Are you going to add a pulse line, Super Dave, or are you just going to drill the hole in the carburetor? When and where is bucking stock? It's in Culver, Indiana. The 20 something, June 21st or something like that. I figured you'd already heard about it, Fat Matt. I think they done sold out of tickets. Been busy with Old Girl 266, firewood production, family, etc. Hope all good and healthy. We're doing okay. Mama's had some issues. Uh, they found out she had like renal kidney disease, and we're trying to work with that. Not sure yet. Haven't played with that much. A lot of times, Super Dave, you can put the gasket on the front of the carburetor and mark where it's at, then take the top off and look where the port is in the top, and then kind of draw your line, hold it up there and start the drill in, and then can it at the angle you need to pass through into the other port. And you can just hand drill them normally, and then pull the nipple out and block it off, or put a rubber cap on the nipple with something plugging it. Or if it's brass, you can solder it shut with a drop of solder. There's a bunch of ways to do that. Ain't no problem, Zachary. We try to hand out all the information we possibly can when people need it. I'm not with you. Don't understand the translation. Do you mean locking pliers or vice grips? On what, Christoph? I'm not exactly sure which part you're talking about. Oh, the bench vise. The vise on your bench, you clamp the clutch in it and tighten it down, and then that gives you both hands to pull on the clutch spring. Okay. Yeah, I think you can. I don't remember if you can just grab it or if you have to put like a socket in there on one side to grab a hold up, but you squeeze it pretty tight from the center, and then you got both hands to work with, like something. I don't remember. I'm thinking like I stuck something through and pulled it and locked it in, but I can't remember 100%. It's been my carburetor issue on my 266 was air leaking slowly through fuel needle. Clean carburetor seated, replaced brand new OEM needle. Same was leaking. Ended up getting another carburetor. Oh yeah, some of them carburetors give you a real fit. Sometimes they'll get a piece of something in there and it'll wear in the needle seat a little bit. I have taken a drill bit and went down in there and twisted it just a little bit to re-hone the seat. Fat Matt. Y'all, Fat Matt threw another super chat up there. Said, y'all have a good night. I'll say a prayer for everyone. Thank you, buddy. Thank you for the super chat and for the prayers. We need all the help we can get. Keep our prayer list in your prayers, Fat Matt. There is a bunch of people on our prayer list. And we appreciate it, brother. If you need something, you holler at me. My flywheel has a keyway in it. Do I need to get a puller for it? I usually pop the flywheels off with something, Levi, but you got to be careful. I usually just take the nut off and pop the end of the flywheel or the crank while I'm holding the flywheel. But I use this big copper hammer. But if you've got a steering wheel puller will pull them flywheels off. All right, buddy, we got you in our prayers, Fat Matt. We have been ever since you started having a problem, brother. Oh yeah, it was a pain, that old carburetor. We used metal polish on cotton, but no luck. Yeah. If you have a drill bit that's the same size as the hole for the needle, you set it down in there with your fingers and just push down and twist a little bit and then polish it. And a lot of times that'll take care of them. Amen. That's right. Woohoo! I have an Echo PAS 225 trimmer that I can't Figure out the carburetor settings. Set them on 1 and 1 and try it, Dave. You can put a screwdriver behind that flywheel too and twist on it, Levi, and jam it in back there. Just kind of twist it, put pressure on the flywheel and then tap on it. And a lot of times that'll pop it off. Kevin Duff, what's up, buddy? Kevin, if your name come up earlier, I did not see it and call it out because I was talking to Kevin Jones, and I think but if not, what's up, Kevin? There's William. What's up, William DeBerry? Good to see you, buddy. I tried it, one of these weird barrel ones. Oh, you got a twisty one. What's it doing, Dave? I couldn't resist and bought a Husky 288 not needed, but really wanted it. That's right. Okay, you just got here. Okay, good. I wasn't sure, Kevin, and I don't like to miss people because I have had people get mad at me for missing their name. And sometimes I do miss names. If I ever miss your name and you're offended, I didn't do it on purpose. So just say, hey, you missed me. I heard something about fasting. You trying to lose weight? I've been losing weight, Baskers. I'm down to 330 now. I was at about 380. Probably somewhere between 8 and 12 months ago. I've been fasting and using some of the carnivore diet. Not too much. YouTube didn't send out notifications. Not surprised. It was acting goofy whenever we first come on with you. It had me blown up where you couldn't see but about this much of my face. Started out bogged down when you gave it throttle. Now I can't even get it to start. All right, Dave. Sometimes the main, where the needle goes down through the carburetor, if you take everything off the bottom and you twist that thing and take a piece of wire and go up towards the needle, I have had them get stopped up with trash. The one-way check valves in them plates for the primer bubble, they can act goofy too. If the primer bubble's not acting right, that could possibly be it. Does it have a primer bubble on the carb, or is it separate? I did a small repair today, gave 2 copper plugs, 2 new copper plugs in the fuel cap off the max. Here, do you use Loctite? It just depends on what I'm doing, Christoph. Sometimes I use Loctite, sometimes super glue, sometimes Seal-All. Looks like bearings is shot on the 288. I can hear a rattle on the flywheel side. I will have to order a case split tool and get dirty soon. Well, them case splitters are nice. You don't have to order one if you don't want to, though. You can make you a rig to knock them apart. Of course, if you're not comfortable doing that, just get a case splitter. That's the best thing to do. Welcome to the channel, the first timers, True Blues. Thanks to all the super chatters and the moderators. Thank you, William. I forget that every time. Hope it's not the crankshaft wore out. Those cranks ain't too hard to find. You can actually get an aftermarket crank if you don't mind running those, because they sell them all the time. It has a bulb on the carb. It seems to be working good. I cleaned the meter inside and it has some junk in the screen. Well, if you're gonna glue something, Christoph, wash it with brake cleaner or acetone or something. Get it good and dry before you glue it. On that carburetor, Dave, some of those carburetors have a screw, but if it's either no fuel or all the fuel, you've got something else going on. I would probably go back through the carburetor again, pull the needle and all out, make sure the needle's good and clean. Maybe adjust the meter and lever just a little bit. You can, there's two prongs on that meter and lever that go around the needle. Sometimes I'll do them like this. They're flat like this, and I'll bend them like that just a smidge. That way it pushes down on the needle a little more with one and raises up a little more with the other. And just make sure it's set good and flat, and make sure it has the right diaphragm. Because there are two diaphragms, one that has a long piece sticking down to hit the meter and lever, and one that's almost flush. And if it's one that needs an almost flush one, the one that's long is way too much. Looks like it's an aftermarket cylinder and piston. I cannot find any brand name on the cylinder. It probably is. It probably had a bad crank bearing, fried the cylinder, and they just slapped another one on there thinking it just died. Probably. That's what I would imagine anyway. The 288s really ain't that bad. They really ain't that bad to put together, take apart. There is an O-ring and stuff that you need for the clutch side though. I think aftermarket's actually making them now. Yeah, because they got them for the aftermarket saws. Is it hard to tap the new crank seal on the flywheel side? Yeah, I normally use a socket. And I put it in after I put it together. That way you're not trying to force the crank through it. I usually use something like the 9/16 or 5/8 depending on which one fits it the best. Gotta go eat. Have a great night, Brother Hopper. God bless you and the family and to all this soft community. Thank you, MacGyver. Have a good one, buddy. I'll try that. I'm done with it today. I got the clutch side O-ring already. All right. Some of that stuff's kind of goofy. I didn't actually use anything because I didn't want to block the aeration. Click it in dry and press down lightly with a hammer. That's fine, Christoph. If it goes in good, it'll probably stay in there. Will the WT287-1 fit the 254? I think that's what he was saying, Jody. I actually have one of them carburetors running around here somewhere, but I don't know where it's at. I actually have a 261 back there in a box. I'm missing some of it, but I've got most of it, I think. 261 is the homeowner version of the 262. And I have a 262 sitting over there that I built too that I gotta get running for a fella. Forgot about that. He brought it yesterday. Pretty sure. I'm pretty sure. Can you start the Mac 50? It don't run, Christoph. It's in dire need of some repair. That's why I got it. I was gonna do a video on will it run, but I haven't got around to doing that yet. I purchased crank seal, Husky install tool, much easier to use. Coca-Cola pop can to install crank seal. Not sure, or work on flywheel. Same tool. I don't know if the crank tool will work on the. I don't think it will on the flywheel side. I think it's a different one for either side. But on the flywheel side, it's tapered, and I don't think you have to put anything around the crank to put it on there. Hey, buddy, good to see you. What's up, goats? Good to see you, buddy. Hope everything is going well. Y'all, I don't know where Larry's at today. He ain't come on. I guess he is. He might have divorced me. It's like tapered install too. Yeah, I think the way it's tapered, you can just slide the crank seal down on there and just tap it in. As long as you get it pretty close to straight, it's usually pretty good. All good here, brother. Been a lot of work. That's what I've been doing. I removed 4 broke off head bolts from a boat motor yesterday. So y'all guess how much fun I had doing that. It took 6 hours. But I got every cotton picking one of them out of there. It's a heavy looking saw, strong arms. That's right. It is pretty heavy. I was going to tell Christoph if you hit 300 super chatters, you start the saw. Oh, mercy. Hey, if we hit 300 super chatters, I'll fix it on the live feed. If you didn't send Larry his personal invite to the live, you'll be in trouble. Probably. I got a heavy saw again. I heard that, Goats. How do you like it? Ain't no problem, Jody. If you can't find a carburetor, let me know and I'll hunt around, see. I'm pretty sure I've got one. I may actually have 2. There's so much stuff out there. Haven't even fired it up. You gonna like it. I'm pretty sure you'll like it anyway. All right. Leave it dark, get home at dark. Yeah, I've done that. I haven't done it much recently, but I used to do it a lot. I have done a couple work days where I was gone for a good little while. Yeah. Yep, I've done that. Hard to fit saw time in there. I thought you cut a lot of wood, Goat. Oh, you do something else though now, don't you? I can't remember a whole lot. What, babe?
There's a package.
There's a package.
Yeah, 2 of them.
2 of them?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll get them here in a little bit. Mommy should be home soon.
Mommy's not. I'm just letting you know.
I know.
You got it.
Oh.
You got to check the names.
Okay. Any more tips or tools I will need to make my life easier? Just split and put back together 288. If you had a bearing heater, that makes them a lot easier. But I showed them on a live feed last weekend. I made my own. You can leave the seals out and heat the bearings up with a heat gun though. Enough to drop the crank in does make it a lot easier. Oh, that's right. I remember now, goats. Yeah, you can use a heat gun. I like the bearing heater better because you only heat the center race of the bearing. If you use a heat gun with a large diameter hole, you heat the rest of the bearing up and it'll all swell, and sometimes the center race doesn't swell as much. Little cutie, that's right. Little sister's in there, they watching Bluey. You can also heat all the bearing up and the center race won't expand as much. Like a lot of times before I made the bearing heaters, I used a propane torch. I would leave the seal out, and on a metal cage bearing, I'd go in there and just go around the inside of the race, and that would get it hot. I do it every fall and winter time, that's right. People say they put the crank in the freezer. It helps to put together easier. It really doesn't help that much because the temperature of your freezer will only shrink the crank by about 0.5 of a thou. About half a thousandths is all it'll shrink it. Now it does help, but it heats up so fast. Like the time you get it out and stick it in there, you know, the rest of the crank will heat up in just a few minutes. And if it gets much above just a couple of degrees over what it was in the freezer, it expands back out pretty fast. It's a lot easier to heat something that's got a lot of airspace around it than it is to shrink something and cool it when it's solid. There's actually a YouTube video about it because I seen it the other day and was watching it, and he actually done some math and some things. Yeah, it's more efficient to heat the bearing because you can put more heat into the bearing than you can put cold into the crankshaft. Like you put 200 or so degrees into the bearing, and it will expand 1.5 thou or something like that. If that makes it seem better, I've tried both. Like you can heat the bearing and drop the crank in, but you can't cool the crank enough to drop it in. Now, if you have liquid nitrogen or something like that, then you probably could. I don't have access to any of that. I mean, I could get it, but I don't because it's expensive. Sounds like a job for liquid nitrogen. By then, it's not cost effective, so heat wins. That's right. Gotcha. Thank you for the knowledge. I always learn. Ain't no problem, buddy. That's what. I mean, like when I put crank bearings in, I put them in the freezer and leave them overnight. And then I heat the case up and drop them in there. I mean, you can drop them in without cooling, but you don't have to heat the case as much if you cool the bearings because they will shrink a half a thousandths. Well, the bearings actually shrink a little more because they're not solid. They'll shrink almost a thousandths in the freezer. Then you heat the cases up to about 250 or 275 degrees, they'll drop right in. It would be fun for a video, liquid nitrogen. Yeah, it would, Johnny. I'd love to have liquid nitrogen set up. Because there's been a few times that would have really come in handy. Several times that would have really come in handy. But alas, I do not have that type of facility. I don't have the facilities for liquid nitrogen. But I do have a torch, a heat gun, and a propane torch, and bearing heaters and stuff like that. And they do an amazing job. You just never know when Professor Proton will show up. That's right. That would be lots of fun. I've always wanted to freeze a gummy bear and smash it with a hammer. I have simple wants in life. And don't get mad at me just because I like doing stupid things. I like breaking leaves. Or aluminum. I would like to break some aluminum. I think that would be funny. Whose name on your shirt today? There ain't no name, bastards. It just says quality care. I took all the name tags off. Awesome thumbs up, everybody. That's right, Family Master. Family Master said, y'all get your thumbs up. If you ain't give one, get one. If you ain't got one, get one. If you ain't gave one, give one. Do it. Just click the little thingy. Is gasket sealant around mid-case gasket must, or just paper gasket enough? The paper gasket is probably enough. I like to put a little sealer on everything that I put together. Just because, well, I like it. Is it bicycles on your end, Baxter? That's right. Yeah, because I'm using the front-facing camera, so it's turned around. There's a way you can do it the other way, but I have to have another monitor for that. Because this looks like it's on my right. This is my right hand. Oh, you know what? I do have a little saw we could fire up right now if y'all want to see it. Y'all gonna love this. I was saving this for Larry. East Coast, what's up, buddy? I like to do dumb stuff too. It's fun. That's right. Look here. I've done a conversion. This had 325 on it. What's up, Brian? This had 325 on it, and I switched it over to 3/8 LP. Y'all know what this is? Look. Converted to 3/8 LP. And look, the little red light flashes when you put the brake on. I did try myself carnivore diet. Feels great. Was only eating once a day, no calorie counting, etc. That's right. I'm still eating about 3 to 4 times a day. I'm just eating smaller amounts and it's all protein. This one don't stink it up in here when we run this one inside. Actually at the IGA, I got steaks the other day. I got 2. They're steaks about this big square. I don't know exactly what they are. It's $4 and something for 2 of them. So I mean, it wasn't but a couple dollars a piece, and they're about 40 grams of protein a piece. Definitely not 2-stroke. That's right. I'm on a seafood diet. I see food, I eat it. That's right. This little thing is actually impressive. You see how it jumps when I pull the trigger? It's actually a pretty hot little rascal. It is funny though. It does a little light blinky blinky thing. You can turn the power on, turn it off. Like see, she's blinking right now. And then the blinking stops. You have to push this forward, and then that's what it does. I figured y'all would love that. I got a M-Tronic 362 sitting over on the floor that I ported. It's really hard to start. Looking good for sure. Love meat all day, every day. That's right. I got a 362 sitting over, but I think that the choke switch is bad on both carburetors because the choke, the saw does not go into choke mode when you are starting it cold. Like I have to pull it relentlessly to get it fired up normally. Once it cranks and runs, it runs good. But getting it fired up when it's cold is a royal pain in the Bertsky. And getting it to run through the reset procedure is kind of a pain in the butt too. Only problem is battery capacity runtime unless you got battery arsenal. That's one of the guys that I do some work for, and we usually take 2 batteries and we'll keep one on a charge while he's using the one, and then midday, sometimes midday, depending on how many limbs he cuts, he'll switch the batteries. But that, I mean, he usually takes down. We took down 7 trees in one day. And I think he only switched the battery once. And I mean, he cut a lot of limbs, and a lot of big limbs. Had a 362 and blew it up. That's right. That one right yonder, it was a different saw when I started. And when I started on it, I found out the case was busted on the left side. And when I say busted, I mean she was pounded. So I had another one, and I swapped the stuff over and ported that one and everything. And I mean, it's a pretty nice saw. I just got to get the choke switch for the carburetor. I've already changed I changed that other hickey. I've already changed this little dooflanger. This is basically the fuel injector for an M-Tronic. And it does run better with the other one in it. The other one's a white one instead of the black one. They said the white one with the orange filter works better. I don't know why, but I put a white one in it. We might try to fire it up. Because I'm kind of curious as to whether it'll crank. Because it did crank better the last time I cranked it. Now, I was looking for the other carburetor. I actually have another carburetor around here. Oh, there it is. I lost this carburetor the other week. I couldn't remember where I put it. I think this little switch right here is goofing up. You got 3 of them? You got a good 362 carburetor, Joe I? Nothing can beat two-stroke smell. Reminds me of when I was young on the motorbike. That's right. I have 3. If you got some of those, Joe I need to take this one apart and look at it. Basker said, those M-Tronics are nice. Had to go to Ohio to get steel certified. I'm going to take this apart because I'm curious as to what's in the little dew flicker. I don't know what's in there, but I know there's some type of micro switch. When I got them there, they were in pieces. That's always wonderful. Now this thing comes apart because it has clips on it. And if it's got clips on it, that means it is deconstructible. And sometimes if it's deconstructible, that means we can repair it. So I'm going to try to take it apart right now and see what's in here. Can't see real good, but there's just a little fine wire in here. Flashlight. If I could hold it. Well, there we go. Oh, there is a diode in there as well. It ain't just a switch, y'all. There's a diode up in there. What you want to bet the diode's bad? I'd almost be willing to place some money on that bet. I'm trying to see if I can find another one. Hey, there might actually be a part number on it. Oh, there is some type of number on there. Just can't see good enough to see it. I can't see good. My eyeballs is roughing me up. I'm gonna put this one back on here. I had this carburetor on it, and it done the same thing. So I put the other carburetor on it, and it still done it. And I was like, well, that can't be the carburetor. But then I changed that jet and all that. I figured it's only doing it when it's cold. Like if you can get it fired up, it runs great. But getting it fired up is kind of goofy, and trying to get it to reset is almost impossible. So it's about got to be the choke switch, and the carburetor or the computer is not ever figuring out that the carburetor's in choke. Is the only thing I can figure. A 266 cylinder had to be installed helicals, and had to be installed helicals. I think it's a common issue on them cylinders, worn out threads in the spark plug hole. They will. Some of them will. They'll do that. I hope I can find one of those choke switches and change it out. I guess I could. Carburetor wiring harness choke assembly. Them things, well, you know, on the exhaust side. Oh, the exhaust, The exhaust threads. What are you doing, little girl? Well, I got to go feed. See you next time. See you, William. Have a good one, buddy. Wood love. Hello, everybody. There's Paxton. Sorry I'm late. I talked to the polling guy earlier, Paxton, to see if he had any parts. He said he'd already talked to you. I told him we were going to try to do a motorcycle piston. Yeah, little cute voices. I don't know what in the world she's doing sometimes. She gets into things sometimes. I'll send you a pic of our bundle of joy later. All right, Baskers. Yeah. Right now, I'm restoring an international push mower. I'm trying to remember. I don't think I've ever seen an international push mower. I don't think I've ever seen one of them. I know one thing, when we get done here, I'm probably going to take me a nap. I'm tired. Same thing as the old lawnmower. Oh, okay. I hadn't, Baskers. I have not. I know, I'm sure they probably made some, because I have an Eddystone. Saws are so addictive. That's right. And we ain't in no AA meeting either. Oh dang, baby! I thought you was. I thought you only had 10 or 15 minutes worth of stuff left whenever you messaged last. Little girl's been doing pretty good. Oh, okay. Did you give her more apple juice?
No, they've been changed, clean clothes, and I'll give her more apple juice. She's eating the tea and biscuit.
Okay.
And Brandon's eating macaroni and cheese and meat.
Did she have a messy diaper again?
Yeah, right as soon as you went out.
Sorry, Russ. I was gonna say I just changed it right before I come out here. About 25 minutes before I come out here, I changed her diaper.
As you walked out there, she took it.
That figures. What's up, old timer? I've been trying to get me some feelings. That's right. Just at the kids for our anniversary dinner, 50 years. Well, congratulations, old timer. May you got another 50 in you. Oh, you've been trying to get spikes for yourself. Not some feelings. Steel Husky Echo clones, fun. Oh, mercy. That's right. Anyone seen the high top 181, 281, 288 cover available on the internet? Would be nice to convert to larger and wider paper style air filter, like $3.95. buddy, the last two of them OEM covers that sold on the internet for new, one was $400 and the last one that sold was $600. If you want one, get an aftermarket one. I think they're about $40. My stomach is starting to hurt again. Did you eat macaroni and cheese, Mama? You know you ain't supposed to be eating stuff like that. I feel another Carolina Reaper coming to 2025 Sawfest. That's right. No, that's not possible anymore, old timer. We had her taken care of. Yeah, I like 40. Yeah, and $40 ones are a lot better. I can't see your message yet because this stupid thing is up here on the screen. Okay, there we go. No, I did not. Did you have anything else? What did you eat? Well, there's some different classes that we run on Levi, and you have to run the saw that they nominate for the class. Like, well, that shouldn't have bothered you. Unless you didn't eat enough of it. If you drank any water. We got to get you on the water plan and everything else where you start logging how much water you drink and all so you can actually see. Fat Bunch don't send me something back about that thing I got for you the other day. I'm going to cancel it and then we'll do it again on your phone. Christoph said, hello, Mama Bell. She come home while I was talking to you on the phone the other day, Christoph, but she never did walk out here and say hello. I know you say you've been drinking water, baby, but what I'm saying is I want to get you one of them things where you can log how much you're drinking so we can see how much it is. That way we know if you need to supplement with minerals or not. Because if you drink too much water, then you need to replace the minerals that you flush out. I've been eyeing a G395 clone saw. Seems like a good saw from the reviews. What do you think? All those saws are fun to play with. I do like the 394 a little bit better, but they didn't make a clone of that. Everything went to 395. But for what they cost, it ain't bad. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, she didn't come out here while I was talking to you. She called me on the phone while I was talking to you. And I told her I was talking to you, and then she didn't come out here and say hello. Oh, look, she said hello. Do you know what day you're coming to Bucket Stop? We're gonna leave Tuesday morning, old timer, and go to Ohio and spend a little time with Larry, and then we'll be up Wednesday after that. Tariffs affect prices on clone saws in the U.S. I think it did. I don't know how many are over here, but it probably did affect them. I'd almost be willing to say yes. Yeah, we're going to try to get up there sometime around Wednesday. I don't know exactly what all we'll get into, but we're going to try to be there sometime Wednesday. Oh, okay, you're going to be camping. We're staying at the hotel. I don't feel like dragging no camper, and I don't want to stay in no tent. I want air conditioning and a bed. But I'm kind of that way. I like them creature comforts. Makes me feel important. Still just increased prices all across the board. So all parts, everything is going up, but not wages. Oh yeah, they gotta make money. My friend just got here and asked if a Husky 55 is good in your opinion. Yes. Depending on what you're doing with it. I mean, if you want to build a full-on timber cutting saw, no. If you want to build a nice little saw to do stuff around the house, around the farm, cut firewood, yeah, them things, they're not quite as good as a pro saw, but they're not as bad as a homeowner saw, and they actually turn up fairly nice. Yeah, I mean, I like the 55s. I actually have a closed port cylinder for a 55 that I'm going to build one of these days, if I ever get around to doing it. That's getting me to do it is the hardest thing. Ain't no problem, Found Master. If it's a true 55, it'll have a 46 millimeter piston in it and an open port cylinder. Unless there were a couple special year models where they used a closed port cylinder on the 55, and I do not know what models those were. It took me 5.5 or 6 years to get one of those cylinders, and I finally got one that was scored a little bit and had some transfer in it, but I've cleaned it up and it's usable. So I'm gonna build one of these days. Lots of fun, lots of fun. I don't know why I'm gonna build one, probably sell. I'll probably build one and sell it. David just did a 55, cut a load with it today. What up, Hop? Mine is closed port and is a 99. That's awesome. I don't know, like I say, I don't know what all year models they did it, but Dave said his is a 99. It's a closed port cylinder. I would like to know all the years that they did do it. I know there are not as many of them as there are open ports. I know that by far. But finding one is not an easy task. So if you got one, you got something. Baby, I'll come and get the package in a little bit, okay?
But don't kiss there for forever.
It'll be alright. You already got your pajamas on?
Yeah, for
Okay. You look pretty. You want to show everybody your jammies? See, look, I got on my dinosaur jammies and my socks. Say hello. Wave at them. They can see you. See, you're right there. You're right there. Say hello, everybody.
I'll go get my shoes on because my legs are cramping.
Oh, okay. She's gonna go put her shoes on, and then she'll come out here. That's what she said. And that means she's gonna grab everything on the table and pick it up. Yeah, she's something else. High water. Just finished cutting, hauling, splitting, and stacking a load of cherry and a load of red oak. That red oak's some good smelling stuff. Yeah, I like it. B, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. I don't know how long it'll take her to find her shoes. Some days she can find them in a minute, and some days she can't find them at all. And then she'll walk back out here and say, "Dad, I can't find my shoes." But she has like 37 pairs. And she still can't find two that match. She's something else some days, that's for sure. Cold in Michigan today. 59 ain't cold high water. It's like t-shirt weather. Brian says, sorry I'm late. Work today. Break jumping in to say hi real quick. What's up, Brian? I seen your video. Run the mic on the squirt bottle. That was pretty cool. I need to work on some of my junk. Hopefully tomorrow get it running on the tank. That would be awesome. That would be good. Probably the last cool day to cut wood until fall. Yeah, we run out of them cool days. It's June now. And July is really going to be hot. And then August will be a miserable time. Wife just called me for supper. Talk soon, folks. God blessing to you all. See you, Family Master. Have a good one, buddy. April had a huge sycamore slice and dice. Made a huge white oak. At least 180 years old. Oak had to go, started to root. That's right. Nothing much, just relaxing in the cool weather. We ain't had no cool weather. It's 86 here. It's pretty hot. It's a hot tub. Did you ever run a Super Pro Mac 60 original or something adjusted? Yeah, Uncle Dave had a Super Pro 60, and Dad has a Model 60, which is the 700 version of the 60. And his has been ported. And we pinned the piston rings and cut the bridge out of the exhaust and all kind of stuff on it, and it's actually pretty hot. Yeah, it's hot. It ain't that hot in here. It's only like 68 in here. My truck said it was 86 here. Yeah, I was outside for most of the day today, and it was a lot hotter than I wanted it to be. But all my stuff's been telling me I need to sweat some, so I sweated. I sweated it. I rarely cut wood above 70, 75 to 74 years old. I have to avoid overheating myself. Yeah. I've spent so much time in the air conditioning, I have trouble with overheating. I used to spend a lot of time outside and it wasn't quite as bad, but I've kind of got used to not being out. Oh yeah, those 60s run pretty good, Christoph. I'm kind of curious as to whether that 362 will fire up or not. Are y'all? Y'all might get to see how goofy it acts. Look, I look a lot slimmer on camera. Yep. I like that. This is it. Got a pipe in it. I know. This is the older model cylinder. But I'd already ported it before I figured out the oven had the newer model cylinder on it. I've never had AC in my life, and the heat suits me, shuts me down. That's right. Now, we're going to see if this thing will fire off. It usually pops, and then it usually goes stupid after it pops one time. So, let's see what happens. Alright. Now I have to click it off. Now I have to click it back on. Now I have to click it back off. Once it cranks, gets a little warm. It's got to be something with the choke. And the bad thing is, it's not always that easy to start. That's actually one of the easiest that I've ever started it. A lot of times I have to pull it 25 or 30 times. And well, y'all know I'm not real happy about that. Have you noticed that on the new fuel injected 5 Series Husky, what just come out recently, they gone to the outboard clutch again, not the inboard. Wonder what is the reason. It was probably space. They probably trying to thin the saw out, make it run cooler and use less material. It runs pretty good, Christoph, I ain't gonna lie. On that Husky B, if it's got an aftermarket air plenum on it, make sure the thumb gun ain't catching the choke lever or the choke flap. Because sometimes on them things they'll catch the choke flap and they won't set the choke all the way. Now that one has this on it. The injector thing and the choke switch. And this thing has a diode in it. And I think the diode's bad. I think the one in this one's bad too, because both carburetors do the same thing. Greasy Shop Rag. Hello from Central Wisconsin. What's up, buddy? Oh, there's Lonnie. Hey, buddy. Once it starts and warms up, it fires first pull every time. Let it sit overnight, right back to 15 pulls. Yep. I'm good. That's awesome, buddy. Good to hear you. Good to see you. I said hear you. Don't ask me why. I don't know. My Dane Bramage is second to none. I looked at the ones I have and they don't have all that stuff on them. They're probably regular carburetors, Joey. If that don't start, if I don't get that one taken care of, I'm going to put a regular coil, wiring harness, and regular carburetor on it and do away with the M-Tronic. Then it's got to have an air leak or something on it. I have to fix the primer bubble on my FS45. Oh yeah. I've learned a couple of things this week. Uh-oh. Were they good learning experiences, Lonnie, or were they bad ones? I don't like them bad ones. I've had enough bad learning experiences in my life. Won't start now. All right, Joey, we will do it. I don't have anything. I mean, I got a 540 there, but we've started 2 or 3 of them in the last couple weeks. I don't think y'all want to see another one. Chain's loose on that one too. Both of my 50s would start, ran good, just didn't want to idle or tune, and I couldn't figure them out. If both of them started doing it at the same time, Lonnie, I would check the gas before I checked anything else. And the reason I say that is because I've actually had trouble with gas. Just had dinner, full stomach, beer in hand, chainsaw content on the tube, good times. That's right. We are talking about chainsaw and chainsaw related material and sometimes food, exercise, and other things. I got them and the 385 from a logger for free. Oh, that's awesome. Hate to get rid of the M-Tronic. I would too, Brennan, but if you've got one of them choke switches, I could try. It's got a diode in here, buddy. If you take this thing apart, there's a red wire goes in there. It's got a loop and a diode, and then a wire that goes down. And I don't know if that's the problem. I still must learn many style things. That's right. Good and bad. Messed around with any Shindawas or older Makitas? I have a few, G. What was that I had? A 757C. I had another little Shindawa that somebody sold and bought at a flea market. We couldn't get the thing to run. I pulled the muffler apart, and they had put the metal plate that goes on the outside of the muffler on the inside and covered the dadgum port up. That one got a micro switch that sets off the choke linkage too. It's just this, Brennan. This is the switch that the choke lever sets. You can't see it, but the shaft goes in there, and it's a D-cut shaft and a wire. So when you set the choke, it pushes on that little wire in there. Turned out the fulcrum on both was set too high, and I run my plugs at 30. Out of habit, reset both flush and went to 25. Both tuned right in, and I'll be well. That's good. That's good, Lonnie. I don't know how they would get off from setting, but that is weird. Justin Weaver, what are you doing, buddy? Did Weaver come on here? Well, oh, there you are. I see you, Weaver. Mr. Weaver. I did not see your comment there for saying I was looking down. Was that choke position you just showed us fully closed? That's fully closed. Okay, I see that's a little different setup than the 661 stuff has. It has an external actuated micro switch. Yes, I actually have that other 661 carburetor here. I was gonna rob parts off it, and yeah, it's different. I was like, oh, stupid carburetors. Something else to consider when porting the effect on other parts, clutches, sprockets, etc. Most of that stuff takes the abuse pretty well, Lonnie. Because, like, you know, if you've got like a smaller saw and you port a smaller saw, well, that the clutch and the sprocket on a smaller saw is pretty close to the clutch on the bigger saw, and they're already rated to take more power. So the sprockets and stuff, they really don't care that much. The clutch, you can build one hot enough to overpower the clutch, but the thing is the more power you put into it, the more the clutch grabs the drum. So it usually don't give too much trouble. I think I have a couple M-Tronic carbs of unknown nature. I'm willing to try them, Brennan. I mean, two of these two carbs, this one and the other one, run exactly the same. So and it only does it on choke. The only time it gives trouble is when you're trying to get it started when it's cold the first time. Once it starts, then it cranks good after that. I'm going to sleep. See you, buddy. See you, Christoph. Have a good one, brother. All of mine but one are all rebuilt, worn out junk. I had two burnt up clutches. Usually what burns the clutches up, Lonnie, is people getting the bar and chain hung up and just going meh, 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 trying to get the saw to spin instead of just getting it loose. That's normally the case. Not always, but normally. You don't know how many clutch springs I've seen fried because of that, and blue clutch drums. I was watching somebody cut one day, and they bound the chain up and was sitting there just hammered down on the throttle because it was about half throttle. and the chain stopped turning. They were just sitting there hammering on it. I had to holler at them. I'm like, whoa, you bound up. Because they were just sitting there hammering on it. Patrick. Yo, Patrick just threw the super chat up there. Said, God bless, Hopper. Thank you, buddy. We appreciate that. Hope you're doing well. That does sound suspiciously like it's not tripping the high idle for some reason. Yeah, you can't do a program on it because it just floods out and dies. Like it ain't never shutting off the... It don't never learn what's going on. Y'all don't forget to thank Patrick for that super chat. My buddy that gave them to me is notorious for that kind of running. Yeah, there you go. Brandon, what's up, buddy? Gravedigger. When I've had saws like your 362, I usually find someone I don't like and give it to. Not a bad idea, but I got money in that. I'm trying to recuperate it. I believe that goofy little thing on the side of the carburetor is the issue. And if like I say, if I can't fix it, I'm gonna make it non-M-Tronic and I'll sell it that way. He's a guy that learns them to death, trying for more power. Oh yeah, leans them to death. Yeah, I know how that is. 362, that's right. Got myself a 07 Honda Shadow CLV 600, 5,500 miles. Just doing valves and plugs. There you go. Marco, watching and enjoying the comments from down under. Good to see you, buddy. Hope y'all having a good Sunday morning. Y'all always welcome. Been busy mowing lawns. Ain't been here for a while. That's right. Good to see you, Patrick. We've been just sitting here chilling, talking about chainsaws and a few other things. RKBA finally caught you live. It's been a minute. I got a little burned out on saws for a bit, but I'm back. Finally rebuilt my 1010S last week, 150 PSI. New coil, and she runs great. That's awesome, buddy. Hey, we don't always talk about saws. Matter of fact, for the first 30 minutes of this, we were talking about fasting and exercise and diet plans. Because that's what I'm doing. But, you know, we talk about food a lot, too, for some reason. But Larry ain't here today, so we hadn't talked about food. Speaking of lean, the Shadow run lean from the factory. Slight pop through the carb when pulling the clutch at cruising speed to downshift. You might... Number one, Brandon, I'd put a jet kit in it before I did anything much. I'd probably put a performance air filter in it, put a jet kit in it. I'd probably run a hammer and a rod down the exhaust and at least pop a hole in the middle of them, and then put a jet kit on for the mild exhaust, not the factory exhaust. Because you'll shim the needle. Usually you shim the needle, drill a hole in it, maybe go up one size or half a size. Huh?
Eva's going to get the game.
We'll go stop her.
I can't.
Yes, you can. Pull her away from it.
But she's too heavy.
Baby, don't let her get that game. Go take care of her. I don't know why she's in her rolly thing. I didn't put her in there. I forgot what I was saying. Oh yeah, you'll do several things to the carburetor. I put a jet kit in my Shadow to start with. That makes them run a lot better. It'd probably use a little bit bigger main. We just had some real good Mexican at a funeral. They always got good food. I'm going to clean the carb. Then exactly what you're saying. That's right. Hey, I'm back. Had to step out. I'm gonna have to go here in a minute. Apparently, Eva's running around in her walker because Pam must have put her in the walker, and I didn't. I had her in the playpen because. Well, you can't just leave her loose in the house in the walker.
The game is in her mouth.
Go get it. Baby, go get it. I'm coming in here in just a minute. Don't let her choke on it. Go get it. Y'all see what I have to deal with on a regular basis? Oh, nope, you can't. We got one like that. Can't be left alone. That's right. All right, y'all. Y'all heard what I got to deal with. I got to go take care of this youngin'. What's up, Larry? I got a youngin' in here going crazy. Hold on just a minute. Let me go take care of this. Okay. I'm back for a few more minutes. Hold on, let me see where. What's up, Larry? We are due for the 4th in August. There you go. We rejetted my Harley and we put the new cam in. There you go. See you, old timer. Good Sabbath, high water. Have a good night, Born. Now, don't go being mean to them youngsters. I had to go. She was trying to pull a gaming system off the shelf. She got a hold of wire. Have a good one, old timer. That's right. I got to go get some drinks. Ran out of Pepsi. I got it away from her and moved her where she can't get to it. So, been there, done that. Sorry I'm running late today. Hate to ask you to work overtime, but we need you. Well, I got the youngins to watch in there, Larry. They in pretty good shape. Little girl's getting kind of tizzy because she wants to grab everything off the shelf. I'm suspecting the valves are loose in my front cylinder. Sounds like rocks. Not quite, but you know, yeah, a little tippy-tappy. My brother wasn't being washed and pulled a 30-pound vise off the bench onto his foot. Well, some lessons you learn in life are extremely hard on you. All right, I want a minute-by-minute recap. It's recorded live, Larry, so you can watch it again. We were talking about you, Larry, while you wasn't here. I'm down to 330 now, Larry. I've lost another 15 pounds since last week, 14 or 15. What I want to know is he was 2 years old. How could he move that vise? Oh, that's a good question. Well, by fasting and stuff, Larry. Well, and a little bit of exercising. I mean, I've been riding my exercise bike for 10 minutes and I walk a little bit and stuff like that. I was down to 330 this morning. Yeah. One of my favorite songs to sing to the youngins when they do something is, if you're gonna be dumb, you gotta be tough. I wasn't born yet, so I'll never know. Okay. I can tell you how I'm doing it, Larry, if you really want to know. It's really not that bad. We can't be friends if you go below 325. Heck, the way I'm going, I'll be below 325 tomorrow, Larry. I lost 8 pounds in 2 days. Weaver said that's my theme song. How hard is it to convert a 61 to a 266? It's really not that bad. And I say that I say it's not that bad gently because sometimes the muffler bolts is different, sometimes the intake block's different. You just have to get a 266 cylinder and find out what off the 61 will fit. Sometimes some of the parts will fit, sometimes they won't. The 272, you have to have an intake block, muffler bolts, and stuff like that. But on the 266, I'm not sure. How did you lose that much so fast? I'm 220 and I want to lose 40 pounds. All right, I'm doing 14-hour intermittent fastings, drinking 100 ounces of water a day, and recently I've started kind of going toward the carnivore diet, so I mainly eat meat 3 times a day. Eggs and cheese, meat, eggs, and cheese. And, well, it just starts falling off real fast. Fasting in the carnivore diet, Larry. I've been eating steak, hamburger, bacon, sausage, and eggs, and a little bit of cheese. And look how the swelling has went down in my hands. You notice how much smaller my hands are? Like, look how much room is there in my ring. Yeah, the 266 should bolt right on there. There just might be a few things. Yeah, the carnivore diet's helping, Larry. The fasting was helping. I mean, I was losing 1.5 pounds to 2 pounds a day. But, like, I made some taco meat the other day, and I've been just making me a little bowl and putting some cheese in it and melting it and just eating it with a spoon with no tortillas. I'm taking magnesium, vitamin C, vitamin B12, vitamin D3. I'm eating Celtic salt every other day or so to help with my sodium intake. I'm eating a lot less, and the inflammation has just went way down. I have dumped a lot of fluid. I had lots and lots of fluid on my body that's no longer there. Like my socks used to imprint my leg, Larry. You know, like when you take your sock off, your leg is squished down and you got that big muffin top where your sock was. I don't have that anymore. That quit about 6 days ago. Yeah, it works. I'm going to try it, Hopper. I bet your knees are feeling better losing that weight. Yes, I've been doing squats, just standing squats, and my thighs are getting stronger from that. You make me sick now. I got to do something. I want you to live longer, Larry. Intake and exhaust all should work from the 61 is what I'm saying. 272 is definitely a different arrangement. Okay. I wasn't sure because I haven't converted a 61 to a 266. I've always converted them all to 272s. You're running my whole year things. Just imagine, Larry, when you're able to run and do whatever you want to. Tyler! Hey, it's Taylor. Hey, Taylor. We're usually off by now, but Larry got here late, so we're talking to him for a little bit. Hopper, I have tight sock issue. That's right. Oh, Larry, you can do it. Larry got to be healthy for your girls. I'll squat yourself back on the fluffy train now ASAP, or I'm filing for a dang divorce. Oh, mercy. I love you too, Larry. Oh, mercy. Larry, we're going to have a cheesecake eating competition when we come up there to see you. I want to eat a whole cheesecake. Larry, I'm trying to lose all this weight so whenever we go out to eat, I can eat whatever I want to. I love you guys. Oh, mercy. The last time that I done anything, B, I got down to 261, and I wore a size 38 pants. I would like to get back down closer to the 200 and something, even if it was 295 or 285. I mean, I set my goal at 250 on my app, and my projected outcome was February of next year. But I've already surpassed that by, all right, the allotted amount that they said that I would lose in a month, I lost in a week. So I know it's not sustainable. That kind of weight dropping is not sustainable. So what I'm trying to do this thing where I do a lot and then a little, and then a lot and then a little, and then a lot and then a little. Big piece of key lime pie sounds good right about now. That's right. Stopped drinking alcohol about 5 years ago. Just doing that, I lost 20 pounds. Yep. Y'all are keeping the kids and the horses. I'll take all the bills. I probably want to go back to that restaurant we ate at down by Dub's. That was some good food. That was good. I think it's called the fasting app, Larry. I'll have to show it to you. I'll call you after the live feed. I'm 6'1", B. Now, one of the reasons that I'm able to lose that much weight at one time is because I was full of fluid, which I still have lots of water. I mean, I drank over 100 ounces of water a day. I drank 128 yesterday, 140 the day before. I mean, I drink gallons of water a week. All right, Larry, just call me after you get done. But I have a lot of fat stored in my upper body. There's just loads of fat. I mean, it's just like plastered all over me. But when I get my body into full ketosis, which I'm not quite in the full, but I'm really close, because I've been doing this for about 3 or 4 days now. So I'm really close to being in the full ketosis mode, where I'm just using, I'm not putting any glucose back into my bloodstream. I'm burning fat as energy instead of glucose from sugar, carbs, and stuff like that. I haven't eaten any sugar, any carbs, no soft drinks, no cough drops, no chewing gum, no candy, no macaroni, nothing. Me and Dad watching Gunsmoke, and it's raining here. That's right. A hot dog and a plate of Amish salad, potato salad. That's right. Y'all ruining my dinner. Going to have to eat a fat-free salad. Don't eat a fat-free salad, Larry. Eat a steak. Just leave the baked potato and mashed potatoes out, and the soft drink. Yes, that's why the meat diet cuts all that out. Because to get into ketosis or however you want to say it, you have to get all the glucose out. Soda pop or anything like that. I can have raw vegetables or fruit. I mean, you can have whatever you want, Larry, but if you're trying to do it fast, you have to leave all that behind for about a month and just do meat, eggs, and cheese, like steak, hamburger, some bacon, sausage. You can't really have liver mush or liver pudding because it's got bread in it. That carnivore diet is a real deal. That ketosis can be hard on the body long term. Yes, Yes, long term it can. Longest I've ever done it was 9 months. I drink water and milk. I don't drink soda anymore. Milk is actually something that I've cut out too. I can't have them. What, baby?
I wanted to ask, what does birds make?
What?
What does birds make?
What do birds make? They make nests. Yeah. They make a nest so they'll have a place to sleep.
Oh, you mean make little chicks?
Yeah, where they put their chicks. Yeah, that's right.
Where?
Pizza is carnivore, correct.
Cows.
You can actually do a carnivore pizza, Larry, by putting cheese on the grill. You put some shredded cheese down on the grill and let it cook into a crust, and then you put your other pepperoni cheese on top of it. The tomato sauce is kind of like a no, because it has sugar and stuff in it. And if you want to get into the ketosis, you can't have sugar. It's just, but if you do it for 2 weeks, Larry, you'll probably lose 30 pounds. And I'm not kidding. You just can't hog out after you do it. You got to kind of come back in slow and eat some lean vegetables and stuff like that, and it will sustain itself. Bart Ranch on YouTube did the meat diet for 1 year and did very well. Yeah. Soft drinks, same as soda. I love my milk. I love milk too. I know it's not pizza, Larry. They do make some keto-friendly stuff, but it's very expensive. How would I use a small engine tack on a V-twin with 4 plugs? You got a V-twin with 4 plugs? Well, Brandon, check one of the plug wires, and whatever it's showing, double it. Or check it and see what it says. It might show right, because it's going to do the same amount of rotations, I think. I think that's right. Just put it on there and check it and see what it comes up. If it's idling and it's showing like 350 RPMs at idle, it's probably 700. Can't drink milk or have ice cream. Larry, get you a bacon steak. That's right. Milk calms my stomach. If I don't drink milk, my stomach burns all day. Well, B, with the fasting and the carnivore diet, it will cut a lot of that out. I can't be without 2 things in my life, pizza and cantaloupe. Well, that's what I'm saying, Larry. Like what I'm doing now, the diet that I'm sticking to right now, I won't be sticking to it whenever we come up there and we go out to eat with you. I'll eat whatever I want. But for now, I'm doing it for now to lose as much as I can, and then I'll have a good time, and then I'll go back to doing it again later. That way I'm doing it mainly, I do it by myself most of the time. Yeah, you get full quicker when you eat high protein, low carb diet. It's more expensive, but I eat less. That's right. Well, I found some steaks the other day too for $4.25. And each steak was about 40 grams of protein. They were 6 ounces a piece. So literally I can eat 2 meals for $4.25. I drink milk all the time. That's right. These shadows need 1,200 minimum for oil pressure, not to starve the top end. I'm not sure I can associate with skinny people. That's right, Larry. You can. You'll be fine. I'll try it for sure. Then I'm sick of not being able to see my belt buckle anymore. I had myself down to 160 once, and it was awesome. Lost control again. Yeah, that's easy to do. But I'm just trying to get back down to where I can be. I'm sick of not being able to do stuff. Like I couldn't go out and run chainsaws and stuff like that. You know, I couldn't make y'all's videos. Yeah, I see, Larry. That's why I was telling you. For the first 17 days that I started fasting, I still ate the same food. I just slowly started backing the carbs and stuff off, and putting a little more meat, eggs, and cheese into it. That way, I worked into it slow, and it took me a few days to get converted over fully into it. Like I started my fast today at 4:45. I won't eat again till 8 o'clock in the morning. I'll probably eat around 8 or 8:30 in the morning before we go to church. If you get over here to Stokedale, try the Buy Right grocery store for your meat. They're hard to beat. That's awesome. Where you at? I did some 24-hour fast 2 to 3 times a week and somehow gained. Yeah, the 24-hour fast usually says to do it once a week, B. But now I did gain weight when I first started fasting. I did. The first 2 days I was at 342. And then the next 3 or 4 days I went up to 345 and 346. So I actually gained weight after the first 2 days of fasting. But then after the 6th or 7th day, it started coming down. And then it kind of plateaued, and then it come down, and it plateaued. And then I introduced the carnivore diet, and it went. Bellew's Lake. I'm not exactly sure. What state are you in? I did get an app though, and I think it's called Just Fasting or Fasting Right or something like that. I can't remember exactly. But it helps me log everything. So you can eat beef, chicken, and the like. Yeah, bacon, sausage. My stomach may take over in the middle of the grocery store going down the snack aisle. Be like Jim Carrey and me, myself and Irene. I know, Larry. I watch Food Network a lot. And sometimes around midnight, I start getting little cravings. And I'm like, whoop. So I just drank water. Nothing else. No greens or anything. Nope, just meat, eggs, and cheese. And you can drink water or black coffee. Be punching myself. No, bad me, bad me. Now, I've tried them before when I was fighting with myself over diet, and I'm not doing that now. Everything that I'm doing is just a conscious decision that I made, and it's working good, and I'm pretty happy about it at the moment. Now, once I get down, and another side effect is your stomach shrinks. So whenever you try to eat a whole lot of food, you get full really fast. Oh, I like my black coffee a lot. Good thing that don't gotta go. That's right. Yeah, and it's supposed to help my skin too, Larry, and I'm curious to see if it does. Yeah, Mama can't have rice no more, so whatever we eat while we're there, I cannot have rice. Yeah, because if she has an attack while we're going up there, we're going to be in bad shape. Matter of fact, I might need to procure some medication before we leave. Make sure I got something to treat her with if something happens. Butter, mayo, fish, no breading, anything from an animal that doesn't have stuff, carb, sugar added. Yeah, I'm thinking about making my own mayo too, just so I can have that. That's right. Oh, mercy. Another 33 ounces going to be down here for long. Oh, okay. I don't remember. I don't remember seeing Stokesdale on the map. That's why I say I'm not sure. It's basically anything made with flour or has sugar in it you can't have. Well, I can eat anything I want, Larry, but when I'm doing this diet, I can't eat that. Now, I'm thinking about getting some whole grain stuff that's fresh and having it ground or making me a grinder and grind it myself, because bread's not bad for you. The flour and the oil that they're using in the bread that they make now and the ingredients they put in it is what's bad for you. Hopper, please pray for me and my diverticulitis is giving me a fit and I'm not liking it. All right, Levi, we got you on the prayer list, buddy. 15 minutes north of Greensboro. It takes me about 2 hours to get to Greensboro. I'm about an hour from Winston-Salem. Oh, mercy. All right, y'all. We're about 20 minutes past the 2-hour mark. I'm going to have to run in here and look after these young'uns. I bet little girl's ready to get out for a minute. She's been in her playpen. She's probably ready to get out and play for a little bit. So I'm going to have to cut her off. Go in there and have a little time. Be safe. See you next week. Go see Jesus. All right, Larry, you do the same. David Bassett, right up, right road, Maiden. You in Maiden, David? You in Maiden? I'm in Catawba. Right over about 6 minutes from the IGA on Highway 16. So have a good night, RKBA. Well, Hopper, thank you for the input on the diet. I'll start right away and check in next live. All right, yeah, get your scale out and check it out. Oh, if you're in Maiden, David, you ain't far away. Well, I eat at Brookwood this morning. Me and Jason was in there. Paint's good. I know you're in Maiden, too. I just forget sometimes that it's you, Chuck. Then you remind me. God bless you, Hopper. We'll get back together sometime. I'm going to get off here. All right, Levi, we'll see you. You picked up a bike from my wife. Oh. Is that the exercise bike? It's sitting right there. I rode it yesterday morning. Love you, buddy. See you, Larry. Smack the wife for me. I'll do it when she gets home. Yeah, David, I rode that bike yesterday morning. Sitting right over there. Well, I know you can't see it. It's right there. I put a phone holder on it so I can watch my phone while I'm riding it. I'm glad you caught it too, buddy. We do this every Saturday, usually between 5 and 7. I'm actually a little over today because Larry was running a little behind and he come in and I wanted to talk to him for a few minutes. So, see you, Joey. All right. But your bike has been working, David. That thing has been a blessing, buddy. I appreciate it very much. See you next week. I'm down about 50 pounds since I seen you. I'm not paying overtime. That's right, Larry. It's all good. Good night, everybody. All right, y'all. Y'all have a good day. Stay safe. Be kind. Treat each other the way you want to be treated. God bless. Remember, Jesus loves you. So do I. All right, y'all. Y'all be good. See you next week. Bellhopper out. Bye.